Hello, Leos, and welcome to this your May 15th through May 31st reading and predictions. Whew. How is everyone feeling? The last reading that I did for you guys, you had the death card twice. That is something to say. Um, the last reading that I did for you, there were cards coming up indicating that you were trying to be everything for everyone else. And in so doing, you were losing bits and pieces of yourself. So the cards had encouraged you to let go of material attachments and really flower and embrace who you are meant to be, Leo. And the cards also indicated that there was going to be people who were going to challenge you because as you wake up to who you are, that makes other people's perception of you squirm. And some people don't like that. They don't like change. They resist change. And yet, that is exactly what's happening to you right now. So let's dive right in. Let's pull some cards. Yeah, we're going to go over here. And also, just please watch this video all the way until the end as well, because at the very end of this video, Leo, I will be pulling cards from a deck that has yes, no answers. So if you have a burning question that you would like a little bit of guidance on, watch this all the way until the end. Also, please like and subscribe. I'm not yet monetized. I could use your help right now. Okay. Let's see what's going on for Leos. Getting an indication that you are, in fact, leveling up. There's some big changes happening. We've got the Seven of Pentacles that's come out. We've got the Judgment card that's come out. And we have the King of Wands. Yes, you are on the verge of taking action. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is about planting seeds, getting going on them, and tending those seeds in your garden. So right now, it looks like it is time for you to be, sorry, there's just a huge clap of thunder and it's so rumbling out there. Does that tell you anything? I honestly believe, Leo, that there are no coincidences. The fact that the card of planting seeds and then tending your seeds came up, and then there's this huge crack of thunder outside, to me is that that universe saying, yes, this is confirmation. Sit up and pay attention because when there is thunder, don't we all sit up and pay attention? Right? All right. So, Seven of Pentacles. So, where you are at now, here in the middle of May, you are at that point of planting seeds to be able to move forward. This is picking up and moving forward from the last reading that I did for you, where, you know, you were making some decisions, but you hadn't yet quite planted those seeds yet. The Seven of Pentacles coming in is indicating that you're planting these seeds to move forward. Now, the next card that you have in your reading for where you're at now is the Judgment card. Let's see whether that's going to come into focus or not a little bit more. Maybe. I guess not. Okay. The Judgment card is a card about sitting in judgment of the self. It's about sitting in that place and looking back over the most recent period of time, the most recent incidents that may have gone on in our lives, and saying, how did I react to that? What was my knee jerk reaction? Did I go into fight or flight, or did I handle this in a mature way? That's what the Judgment card is asking us to do. And then it is asking us to take that one step further and say, okay, when X happened to me, I reacted with a knee-jerk reaction that was way out of line, way over the top. I need to now watch for that in the future, knowing that that is part of my shadow. That person triggered me. How can I better handle these situations? Or on the other side of that coin, of course, Leo, is when X triggered me, when this event triggered me, I was able to go into a place of conscious awareness. I was able to sit back and go, ah, hmm. How am I going to react to this? Okay. That's what the Judgment card is asking you to do at this time here in the middle of May, is take this opportunity to kind of do a brief, I don't want to say a life review. We're not talking about a life review here, but do a, a review of recent events and how you reacted to it. Sit in judgment of yourself and allow yourself to see how you can handle things the same or differently in the future. What worked? What didn't work? Moving along, we have the King of Wands here for you as well. Now, the King of Wands is a very worldly king. Oh, look at now we're going to have cards come into focus for us. He is a very worldly king. You'll notice that he has the world map up on his wall. But this king comes to us with advice, as do all of the kings, specifically advice that we need to take action on. So, Leo, watch between May 15th and May 31st as you begin to plant seeds to change and shift where you're at in your life. And I do want to say that I'm picking up that for, what's our division here? Are we at half? Not quite. 2/3? Yeah. I want to say that for about 2/3 of you, this is about changing and shifting the dynamics of a relationship that you are in. Be that a relationship with a bestie, or be that a relationship that is like with a romantic lifelong partner. I'm not picking up divorce, separation, breakups, or anything like that. But what I am picking up is that for at least 2/3 of the Leos out there, this is about shifting the dynamics within the relationship, because the dynamics have become, what's the word I'm looking for? Stagnant. It's not that there's no future there, but you are currently planting the seeds for the next phase of life. So, for example, I'm getting the sense that, for example, after a couple's been together for many years and they've raised their kids and their kids are on the verge of going out to college or university, and the mom and dad are saying, okay, well, how do we reconnect? We've put our lives for the past 18 or 20 years into our kids, and our kids are ready to fly from the nest. Now, what do we do with our relationship? This is the sense that I have coming up. This is the seeds that I have coming in for you, that you are planting and tending, is that you are at that point of revisiting a relationship, either with a romantic partner or with a best friend, where perhaps you've raised your kids and you're now at that point where you're saying, what's next for us? That's when you sit in judgment. What's next? And that's when, with this King of Wands coming in, there's this sense of someone is coming in with some advice for you in regards to this change or shift. Now, for the other 1/3 of you, Leos, what I'm picking up is that this is a change or a shift in a career where you've been in a job for a period of time and you're sensing, yeah, I need to shake things up a little bit. There's some stagnation here. All right, let's see what you're concentrating on, what you're focusing on, where you're putting your energies. Okay, we have a card that's flipped over in the deck. And also, interestingly, I must have got a card from a different deck mixed up with this one because it flipped out. Interesting. No, the card did not flip over. Okay. All right. So this was the first card out. Second card out. Oh, interesting. That was the last card out. Okay. We have 2 10s here for you, Leo. So I want you to pay attention as you go through the latter half of the month to ones and zeros as you move through the latter half. Now you have the 10 of Pentacles and you also have the 10 of Swords. Interestingly, Not quite sure how this happened, but the 10 of Swords here came out of the Everyday Witch, and yet this was from the Witch's Tarot. You'll notice that the backs of these two cards are different. Um, Whatever it's meant to be. So, 10 of Pentacles is a card of two meanings. One, it's a card of feeling like you've achieved something in your relationship or in your life. Like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is the partner, the two kids, the dog, the white picket fence, etc. I have achieved. I feel like I am in a good place. That is this 10 of Pentacles here. But the 10 of Pentacles goes one step beyond and says, make sure that as you are enjoying where you currently are, that you are also looking ahead to the future, that you are preparing for the future, saving for a rainy day, for example, planting seeds at this point for the purposes of bringing new that new inspiration or that new change or shift into the relationship, or likewise for a job. For the 1/3 of you that I picked this up, that this was about a job, for you feeling like, yes, I've been in a good place at my job, but it's also time to shake things up a little bit and bring a little bit of inspiration, some new, yes, just some new inspiration. Now, the 10 of Swords here is a card indicating that if you feel like you've been going through a little bit of a difficult time, if you feel like you're struggling a little bit as you're experiencing this change and this shift, as you are letting go of past attachments, as you are doing this death and rebirth, as indicated by your cards earlier this month, the 10 of Swords is here to say your worries are over. It's time to look forward. It's time to plant those seeds. And as this is in your focus, this 10 of Pentacles, this is what you want to achieve. Okay. You have the Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords is coming in. She is a strong, powerful queen who asks you to tap into your intellect at this time. She comes in to support you with regards to ideas that are coming up for you in your head. You might not really have solidified what those ideas are yet. You don't know exactly how it looks, but she's coming in to help you in this regard. And finally, I feel like you're being called upon to plant some seeds about some changes. But at this point, with this Queen of Swords here, you're still not quite sure of how the future looks. You don't quite know what it is, the direction that you're going. You know you want change, but it hasn't quite, you don't have that clarity yet. It's still, um, the image that's coming to mind is, when you're on a slow internet connection, for example, and you're trying to watch a movie and the first part is all pixelated until it catches up. And I get the sense, Leo, that that's kind of where you're at in your life right now, where you can look back with the Judgment card with some clarity and say, yeah, that worked for me, that didn't work. But what's next? Right? You've got this King of Wands coming out, the Queen of Swords coming out, and you're kind of saying, what's next? I can't see the future clearly yet. It's still pixelated. It's like it hasn't spooled far enough ahead yet. And so there's this sense of confusion, which brings me to the Temperance card, which is also in your focus, what you are focusing on, what you want to bring in. And the Temperance card is about bringing in balance. So it's one of the things that you are looking towards bringing into your life at this time, Leo, is bringing in that balance. And I do want to say that for some of you, it is about that work-life balance. For some of you who are at that point where your life is changing, perhaps you're looking at retirement, perhaps you're looking at the kids are moving out, perhaps you're looking at you have young kids who are on the verge of heading off to school at the end of this year, heading off to, you know, preschool, where you've been a stay-at-home mom for some time and now you're going, okay, what do I do with my time come September? if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and that's when your school season starts. So I get the sense that Leos are at this huge life-changing shift, and they're not quite sure what the future looks like yet. Let's take a quick peek at your difficult influences. Where are we going? Difficult influences and challenges as you go through this. Don't fall on the floor. Thank you. Difficult influences and challenges for Leo. It'd be good if there's only one card that comes out. Oh, I had to say something, right? That one did incidentally go on the floor, so I'm going to have to unfurl my legs and pick it up. Okay. In your difficult influences and challenges, Leo, with regards to this change, this life changer shift that you're experiencing, and that you're working towards manifesting this 10 of Pentacles here, you have the Four of Wands, the participation card. This is the card of saying, I need to find community who can support me, who may have already gone through some of what I'm going through, some of what I'm experiencing, and talk to them. This is a card that also represents brainstorming. They say that if you're working on a project and you've been working on the project for quite some time and it's just not, you just, like I said, it's pixelated. You can't quite see it clearly. And sometimes when we're working on a project, we can't quite see exactly what we want the outcome to be. And then somebody will walk past and say, hey, have you considered doing that yet? And you're going, that's the energy of the Four of Wands, the participation, brainstorming. Bring a few people together in order to try and come up with the answer. This is in your difficult influences and challenges, Leo. What's that tell us? It tells us that you're hesitating to consult with others and allow others to help you and support you as you're going through this sort of pixelated experience. And then you have the Master now in the particular deck. And if you're interested in knowing about any of the decks that I use, check out the links in the description down below. The Master. In the Osho Zen Tarot, instead of having 78 cards, there are 79 cards. The Master is an extra card in this deck. This represents recognizing and awakening to the reality that we create our reality. We have the ability to manifest the perfect partner, the perfect house, the perfect job. We have the ability to manifest our lives, but most of us fail to see that power. This card is kind of like the magician on steroids, but it's coming up in your difficult influences, Leo. So, what this is telling me is that you are failing to see that you have the ability and the capacity to be able to choose the direction that you want your life to take as you go through this shift from one phase into the next. Let's take a look at messages the universe wants you to hear. Messages from the universe. All right, so we have just one card that's come out. Messages from the universe. Abundance is your right. Oh, do we know where our block is now for the Leos? Where is your block, Leo? If you are currently saying, oh my gosh, abundance blocks, that's why things are pixelated because I'm not sure what's going on. Sorry, the sun came out from behind a cloud and just completely washed me out there. Abundance is your right. Okay. You are your own master. Let's move into what is unexpected. Unexpected for Leo for the latter half of May. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands might indicate some travel. Definitely indicates going after your goals, physically going after your goals. And then you have the Three of Wands as well. Three of Wands is also about making a decision and getting out into the world. Eight of Wands, putting your choices and decisions into action. And as I mentioned, I'm just going to read this. This card stands for some sort of journey or travel. And what else do we have here? We have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Pentacles twice. This is clearly really, really important to you right now, Leo. Ten of Pentacles twice. Reminder, Ten of Pentacles is about manifesting that beautiful, lovely, perfect life that we want, while at the same time continuing to have an eye for the future, prepare for the future, put money away for a rainy day, those types of things. This is coming up in your unexpected. This is also in what you are focusing on. What does that tell me? It tells me that whatever you're focusing on, you are the master. And this is in your unexpected. You have the ability and capacity to manifest what you want, Leo. But you do need to get clear on what it is that you want to manifest. Now, Three of Wands, I'm just going to dive into the Three of Wands. Three of Wands in your unexpected is saying that you have made a decision of some kind. And now is the time to take action on that decision, to put that decision out into the world. And it's really interesting to me that you started this off with the Seven of Pentacles for where you're at now. You're putting something, you're planting seeds, you're getting ready, you're tending those seeds. And you're looking towards manifesting the Ten of Pentacles, and then in your not quite your outcome yet, but in your unexpected, the Ten of Pentacles shows up, meaning that you're that one step closer to it. You need to take some more action on something, and the action that you're going to take may involve some travel or some kind of journey. Let's dive into your general overall outcome, and then we're going to pull the yes/no cards. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned previously, I am not yet monetized and I could really use your help. And as always, if this has resonated for you and you're interested in booking a private consultation, my contact details are down below. All right, so final general overall outcome. I'm not quite sure if these are going to fall out or not before I get to the end of the deck. And they have not. Let's see what happens. Oh, and we have no cards that have tipped up here. They've all gone back in. So the order in which the cards came out for you. Oh my goodness. You have three major arcana cards in your outcome, Leo, indicating that you have the Tower. There is change coming for you, whether you want it or not. You are in a change phase of your life. The Tower is about letting you know. So, for example, in the examples that I've already given, wherein you may have spent the last 18 or 20 years raising your family, and now you realize, oh my goodness, come fall, they're going to be going off to school or they're moving out in some way. And oh, geez, what do I do with my life now? Or you may have been at a job for a long period of time and you're saying, there's more to life than just working. Maybe I should go into retirement. What's retirement going to look like for me? Or maybe I've been at this job a long time and I've always wanted to I don't know, be a painter or a singer or something else, and I'm not ready to retire, but I'm ready to leave this job. This is what tower moments are. Okay. It's about thinking and contemplating those big life changes and following through with them. It can come on suddenly and unexpectedly. It can seem like it's sneaking up on us. For any of us who are parents, we know that someday our kids are going to grow up and they're going to move out. But when it actually happens to most of us, it feels like it was sudden and unexpected. So, this is how we're ending out your reading here, Leo, is that this shift that you're currently going through, if you don't accept it on a deep level, it's going to feel like it blindsided you. Remember, I said at the beginning that you are absolutely going through a huge change and a huge shift right now, Leo, and you also have the release card. This card corresponds to the death card from the major arcana. You have the two cards from the deck that speak more loudly to changes and shifts in our life and our life experiences than any other cards in the entire deck. Guess what, Leo? Your life's changing. Moving into the end of May and into June, expect this change or this shift to almost feel like it's accelerating, but it really isn't accelerating. It's coming. You can see it coming. You're planting seeds. You already know that it's coming. It's just a matter of your acceptance of it coming. And finally, the last card in your reading is the Sun. The Sun. I can't say this any better than this card. Plans that work out perfectly. Plans that work out perfectly. Ultimately, the fact that you end your reading with 3 major arcana cards, 2 of which indicate the most powerful cards in the deck for change, and then you get the Sun. The Sun means that this is meant to happen. This is part of your mastery of your life. Do not fear it. It's meant to come. 10 of Pentacles twice, and then the Sun as your final general overall outcome. Super exciting here. And it may feel like a tower, like things are just disintegrating all around you. But we know that in order for us to rebuild, in order for the Sun to come out, sometimes things need to end or change or shift, like that stage or that phase where we all of a sudden realize our kids are not kids anymore and they are young adults, where we wake up one day and realize that there is not a future at a particular job and that it's time to make a change or a shift with regards to our career. That's what's coming up for you, Leo. All right. If this resonated, smash that like button, please, and bring to mind your yes no question. And after a reading like the one we just had, I'm pretty sure that you probably have some questions. So, word your question in a way that will require a yes or a no answer. And let's just shuffle until we get a yes or a no for the Leos. Yes or no? Yes or no for Leos? All right. Leo, in response to your question, the answer is, according to the cards, unlikely. Hopefully that's coming into focus. Unlikely. There we go. Unlikely. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you will allow me the honor of doing your next reading for you at the beginning of June.